Hello, hello, beautiful collective that chooses to tune in and tune out with me, Angela, Ms.ADIATION. Let me take this hairnet off. So, I am also a daily work in progress. Right, perfectly imperfect, unashamed, uncensored. And so, because I come to you with the transparent truth as I heal self and assist others, I unashamed and refuse to hide the truth. So, as you guys know, I come from a troubled childhood, teenage past. And I have been granted the grace of being kept through my divine creator's mercy and grace, because I've always lived in my purpose. My soul, my flesh, my existence as Angela has had purpose from the very beginning of my birth into this flesh, as unbelievable as it may sound, right? When I was a baby, before I had teeth, I've always seen, spoken, and channeled and connected with realms, dimensions, spirits, entities, deities, God, that are not believed, acknowledged, they're feared, right? And I've never denied this. So when I was about 8, I had my first psych eval. I've been called crazy by my own family. I've been called a lot of shameful, hurtful things by my blood relatives. So when I hear it from an outsider on the street, a stranger, someone that does not have importance in my life, it no longer affects me the way people would like it to. Right. So here's the thing. I will not be broken. Even in our relatives, in our family bloodline, there are relationships that are karmic, meaning they are purposely in your life to deter you from your soul's purpose. They are purposely in your life to destroy the light in you, the joy, the Holy Spirit in your soul. Yes, there's people in your life, in your family, in your bloodline, in your job, in your love life that are karmics, meaning they are toxic, because that is who they are. It has nothing to do with how you treat them. Hi, Stephanie. I am blessed. I'm at work on a break. I have private time, so I'm taking it. And when I receive a channeling and I have something important, I cannot wait for the perfect time, so I'm making it. And thank you for tuning in and tuning up. So here's the thing. As a child, heart murmur, my leg was cut off from right here. Right here. This leg, to be at that. When I was before a year, because I walked before I was a year old. I've always celebrated the universe. I dance to the sun and the moon, and I talk to the extraterrestrial beings in the universe that other people may not see. I can see beyond the naked eye. Please, look at me. I've been punched and had my eye socket destroyed. Look at this eye. Look at this eye. You guys see it? My eyes don't look straight. I will not be destroyed regardless of what I go through. So, when my parents, my own parents, refuse to acknowledge and accept that Angela is divine, that Angela is of God, living in God's will and grace, and continue to label me and treat me as if I tainted their life, their marriage, It is hurtful, but I'm gonna tell you like this. I was an honor roll student up until the 4th grade. I began to get molested in the 4th grade. Yeah, by a family member that they trusted. And I would cry my heart out, begging them not to take me to that house. But it was more important to go to work. Instead of asking me, why is that you have this reaction? And to create frustration in a child, I got honors, okay? To tell them that a 90 is not good enough, that why they couldn't get 100. I was an honor roll. You know what that means? 4.0 GPA. You know what that creates in a child? A sense of why even fucking try? It's never good enough. Right. There's 2 kinds of people. There's many kinds of people. And me being a rebel and a warrior at a very young age, my honor roll and my studious scholarly representation was of me. It was something in me and of me. It had nothing to do with my parents. Neither one of them spoke English. Right. So when I participated in the play, The Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King, because I can sing and I love to dance, no one went to my recitals, my 8th grade graduation. No one went to participate and celebrate my accomplishment because I had to work. See, me as a firstborn daughter, I grew up with frustrations, anger, and resentment because my parents came to this country to create wealth that is fucking an illusion. Right. So, my mother was cheated on by my father. Me loving my mother so much, that created anger in me and hatred towards my father because I couldn't understand how a woman that was so beautiful, so worthy of love, my mother was an accountant in multiple established rich companies. She put herself through college twice. She got a doctorate in her country and came here and learned English all over and studied and worked in her field of her passion, right? So to see your mother being lied to, cheated on, both my parents worked hella hard, and then I look out the window and I see drug dealers with nice clothes, nice chains, living the life that I desired, freedom. Why would I be what I saw at home? Right. You know what I saw at home? Frustration, discontent, a facade of submissive love that, in my eyes, submissiveness and obedience to your man and being a doormat is not the fucking same thing. And a lot of people better realize this shit because it says it in the Bible to be obedient. That does not mean to be abused, neglected, and lied to. I don't know how my mother does it. I don't know how she did it. I'm not that girl. I'm not that woman. I'm not that creation. I am a warrior from birth. So if I will fight for what is right, period, it is not just what's right for me. Yeah, I hated my father for cheating on my mother. I hated my father because his wicked bloodline, the cursed name Acevedo, hello, it comes from a slave owner, slave plantation owner. That comes with a lot of anchorage, curse, and so much more that people refuse to acknowledge and change and break cycles of generational curses and hindrances on their own bloodline. Now, because I've been willing and able to do the undeniable, I am proud to say all my ugly truths, no matter of the shame and ridicule that my parents may feel and the denial that they may have. I'm not living in it. I'm not living in illusions and delusions, and I'm not going to deny the truth for anyone's comfort. I've been blamed for my father's heart attacks and strokes. No, your poor choices in your young lifestyle has caused this effect on you. You don't know how to deal with your emotions, and your anger gets the best of you. And when I was younger, you used to beat my ass and verbally abuse me. But now I'm a grown-ass woman, and I won't let you put your hands on me. And I won't accept the words you say to me, because I can give it to you with facts. See, people say, why do you put your business out there? Because my business is mine, and I'm not ashamed of it. And I'm not the only one that is going through or has went through this kind of stuff. So I can give someone else hope, tools, and the strength, the insight that they are not alone and that they are capable. Right. So I'm not an idiot. And no, there's nothing wrong with me. What is wrong with me, I can accept and acknowledge. So therefore, I can address and fix it. And what I'm not willing to fix, that means that I don't have a problem with it. Right. So I have forgiven my mother for being a workaholic and being neglectful in her time and attention to her firstborn daughter, because she chose to not see the obvious. And when she was given the truth, she still denies it to herself and tells me to forgive and forget. Right. How do you want me to forgive and forget when y'all still go over to that fucking molester's house and celebrate holidays with them? But I'm not welcome. Oh, and I was called a thief because I sold drugs and there was a camera missing. Motherfucker, if I sell drugs, I got more money than any fucking thing you could offer me in this house. Why would I steal from my own family? See, they're idiots. They don't make sense to themselves. You don't make sense to yourself. So when I don't get invited, I'm okay with it. What disgusts me and hurts me is that they continue to participate as if it never happened and I am the problem. What? That's okay though, because God sees everything. Here's another thing. Remember I told you I requested family therapy with a professional therapist. My therapist suggested it in 2007 and 8. We're in 2022. Right. My mother's willing to go. I'm willing to go. My father's still in denial. Right. My father is a full-blown narcissist. For real. And he suffers from depression. He will not admit any of these things. And this is his business and all. You can't put it out there. Let me say something. It's the truth. I love my parents, but I don't like who they are. I respected them when I was younger. I had fear for my father. And I felt sad for my mother. Someone with so much beauty, intelligence, compassion. My mother's a healer. My mother can sing. My mother has God in her. But she's flawed and she's been tainted because that's what narcissists do. They taint beauty and greatness and feed off of it. So he was feeding off of her greatness, but he's still lacking. And now my mom is, right. I pray that one day I can give my mother trips to the spa and cruises and massages at home. She deserves it. I admire my father for being as strong as he is, because I understand that his lifestyle, his past, his ancestry is what makes him who he is. But I will not accept and continue the same tainted, shameful, unfulfilled existence and soul. My soul is rich and abundant and full of love and many riches that cannot be imagined, but they're there and they're true, right? So yesterday, me and my mom were talking about numerology and astrology, things that she's never been willing to talk to me about. But when you give someone the truth and they sit and meditate in it, it's only a matter of time. So I expressed this to my mother, and I've expressed this to the people on my channel many times. The Bible, the Torah, the Quran, the Book of Mormon, all religious scripture is testimony, a witness, a praising, a sharing of what God, the divine creator, did for that person, place, thing that was then written, because what is written is now fact, historical. You can share it for many years to come, in many ways to come, right? So the truth has been written. It has also been manipulated, tainted, and distorted by man. So there's humane beings, as myself, living in their divination with undeniable testimony, which is why now I make videos. Like I showed you the videos of the bones that I found, because God showed them to me. I wasn't looking for fucking bones. I didn't have a bone detector. Right. Who the fuck goes around doing shit like that? And how do I deny God an ordained purpose when God gives me free will to smoke weed, to sell drugs, to live my life, to travel, to have a child out of wedlock? God gave me all that free will to sin and disobey. Free will. So why would I not then obey what is of God, in God's purpose, in my soul? To make another person feel that what? That I'm not crazy? To make another person feel that I'm worth loving? No, because God loves me. And God knows I'm not crazy. See? Right. So what others don't give me or feel that I lack, God gives me. And God knows that I have, and then some, because God gave it to me. I don't do rituals. I don't have an altar. I don't pray to saints and other entities. The only source of life and energy that I pray and glorify is one eternal divine creator of us all. Understand that. Whatever label you need to understand, apply it and use it. And know that my God is the God of us all, the universe. No matter how unbelievable it sounds. And my artwork is not shameful to my divine creator, because I do not destroy the artwork that is my body. I decorate it. I reflect what has been and what is in me and of me. I have lived in the universe as a beacon of light. I am a total lunatic, and I am seen as a weirdo, but I embrace it and I love it. Yes, I am rooted in Haiti. Yes, I am. And this was a man that I gave much love to. He didn't understand it. But you know what? I'm gonna cover that shit with a whole nother tattoo. I'm gonna put an octopus. Because like an octopus has tentacles, I do too. I got a hand in everything. That's good for me. And what isn't good for me, I figure it out. Right. So as I accept and grow and process the truth, no matter how ugly and painful it is, and other people deny it to self, refuse it, reject it, it doesn't change the truth. So I have forgiven my parents and continue to love them, but I will not be what I was as a child, because now I know without a doubt that the labels that I was told as a child and the way I was treated as a child was absolutely wrong and unacceptable and unnecessary at that. I was a silly little girl, smart as fuck, full of life. And I've always been the little guy that stood up to the bully. I was that girl in the front of the line in class with a squeaky voice that fought the big bully in the back of the class picking on some random person. Yeah, that was me. When I would get in trouble in school, my mother would say, "Oh, yeah," and she disciplined me. It would always be me, right? She'd never ask why. My father, however, he defended me. He would ask why. See, two different perspectives. But then I would get home and still get my ass beat, even though you just defended me in school. Okay, here's another thing. Parents, if you're going to parent your children, get on the same page. For real. You guys are a team. My mother was affectionate. She was caring in the sense that I could lay in her arms. She would hug me. But she was neglectful in time and action and attention. She didn't have time for us. She didn't have attention for us. And the time that we got and the attention that we got was scheduled, was planned, was seldom. And that's why I appreciate quality over quantity, because quantity doesn't dictate quality. I may have gotten small amounts of time with my mother, but the times that I got with her, I got to know her and appreciate her and see her for who she was and who she is. And that's why I still love her, even though I know she doesn't accept me or like me, and she doesn't understand me, but she loves me. Isn't that weird? My mother suffers because she is the glue in our family. But that's not fair to be put in between two people that you really love. That's not right. I was up last night, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, doing homework and channeling, writing, being the greatness that I am, minding my business. I told you guys, insomniac. Right. My mother came up and says to me, "Why aren't you sleeping?" And about 4 days prior, I'd spent 2 days sleeping night and day. See how the inconsistencies are? When I was sleeping, there was a complaint of, "You ain't doing nothing with your life. Get up and do something." And when I do my business respectfully, it's always still questioned. If I'm up and you're sleeping, you have no awareness. But you're up like I'm up. So how come you're up? And why is it okay for you? Oh, it's not okay for you. It's a problem. It's frustrating. But I'm not frustrating you. I don't get it. See? People create problems with me. People treat me as a problem. No. You have problems. And I, being the light that I am, reflect and show what the problem is. Not because I want to shame you or guilt you. It is to show you, bring you awareness of what is necessary. And I don't tell people what to do. I can advise you only if you allow me and ask me to do so. What I do on Welcome at Smile is my business, is my channel. Right? People choose to tune in. People choose to click on Welcome at Smile. What you do with this information, how you apply it in your life, it's your choice, free will. You're welcome to grow and assist yourself and be the greatness that I know that God created us as. My sinuses are swollen, like really bad. I don't really care for all the imperfections that I come to you with because I'm not trying to hide them. I've gained some weight within the last month that I'm not content about. But I love when I dance and my jelly jiggles. So I accept what I don't like, take the good with the bad, and you know what I'm going to do? Change it. Right. Create the action to see the effect that I desire. because I have the power to do so. I just wish people would acknowledge, admit, and be right. See, because people like to say, oh, when you were a kid, you did this and you did that. Yes, I sold drugs, but why? Because I come from poverty and I didn't want to be impoverished. And that to me was a source of facilitated income. I wasn't scary. Some people are scared to go to work. Some people are scared to sell drugs. Some people are scared to steal. See what I'm saying? You know what made me go back to school recently? Even though I know I have whatever labels apply, and I've never really liked it school, honest to God. Being intellectual, being studious, and being a student is not the same thing, I'm telling you. What I know, my DNA, my wisdom, what I bring to you as a knowing is not something that I learned from a book in this existence. What I know in my soul. And that's why I cannot deny it. What I think, I express. And I tell you, I think this, I feel this. I studied this, I researched this. I tell you. Take it or leave it. Hello, hope you're having an enjoyable day. Blessings to you and your family. Thank you. You too, Charmin. I hope your day is not only enjoyable, but I hope that it is a thriving Thursday. And as terrifying as life can be, I am being the terrific Ms.ADIATION divination that I know how to be. So, I'm hurting inside because my family, my bloodline, my relatives, my parents are suffering their inequities, their refusal to admit, accept, and change what they don't want to see. Oh, Angela, you put your hands up to me when you were a child, a teenager. Yeah, you know why? Because I got sick and tired of being fucking hit on. Right. Yeah, you're my mother. Yeah, you're my father. I'm sick and tired though. Because I have feelings too. No one wants to be hit. Discipline, yes. Punished, corrected, and taught. I'm a different kind of mother. I crack jokes with my kid. My son can say shit and fuck. Right. Because they're not curses, it's profanity. My son is not allowed to say damn. Damn it. Yeah, no damnation. No condemnation, no anchorage on the soul. I grew up in a house where it was, tell me the truth. And I tell you the truth and you punish me for it. And then you tell me that I'm lying. What? I celebrate my son's truth because he trusts me to tell me. I thank God for the soul in this body. My body may not be a lot of nothing to nobody. It's not impressive. It ain't got a lot of nothing. I don't got a lot of ass. I don't got a lot of height. But God gave me might and morals and things that no one believes in me, but they are. And that gives me pride and ego. That gives me esteem, self-esteem. That gives me confidence. that gives me that unashamed and unembarrassed to be self energy. Because it's an ugly world, and I've lived in it. I've been in it. I've seen it, but I'm not a part of it, and you can't make me ugly. So I just continue to pray that before my parents pass in this existence, they come to know the God that is alive and not the distorted truth that has been tainted and manipulated to puppeteer mankind and segregate the truly gifted from one another. And that's why they've done it. Let me show you how much I write and process the truth. This is why I love to have some form of pen and paper. So people only understand metaphors, right? So I put things in metaphors and acronyms, and I use the words as best I can to depict and provide comprehension, right? So look at my bootleg drawing. This is my tree, the tree of life, right? This is for imagery and understanding, metaphoric explanation of what is. The roots of a tree, they're not seen, but without them, there would be no tree, right? Just like God. You can't always see it because, right? But it is, because without God, the divine creator of us all, we would not be, right? The universe is, the galaxies are, right? You do not see the government underhand, dirty manipulation of politicians, but it is true. The Illuminati is true. The elite society that I called the clan, because it is a clan. And when I say illicit society, it is based on economics, not a race. So when I was auctioned off and kidnapped and witnessed things of the government that are the reasons why I'm alive, because I recorded things on video, and God has purpose in me, right? So city officials that currently work in the government and have government positions in City Hall, courthouses, retired veterans, Asian, white, Native American, Black, Caucasian, Hispanic, Latino, Mexican, right, all congregated, gathered at an event on a particular night, on more than one particular night, in different places, to sell children. Yeah, like they auction off cars at the car auction, at the Easy Pull It. Yeah, they do that with people too. You know that? Yeah. Yeah. And there's married women that are fucking wicked and have pedophile husbands. In order to keep a husband, just to say that they have a husband for the title and the status, they have children in the home as sex slaves. And they know that their husbands are fucking children, and they stay with them and they allow it. And it's a facade. It's disgusting. I witnessed that. I witnessed a woman have her blood drain on a fucking table. Yeah. During a ceremony, I was drugged many, many times through my ankles and woke up bent over on things. Right. I was auctioned off for my clear vision because it is a gift that people want to use and abuse. My blood is rich, but God won't let them have it. Um, I've truly been persecuted and attacked for being who I am. But I'm not Jesus. I'm not the Messiah. I am a messenger in the truth of the divine creator, living my truth, not the world's expectations of me. Right. So let's get back to this. The roots. All the things that are unseen that do exist, right? So those things are what create what you see. The tree, the stem, and the branches, right? The stem is the trunk, meaning the majority, the mass, the grand mass, which is what I call society, the deaf, dumb, and blind, the masses, right? So, in a trunk, in a stem, what do you have? You have rings, you have layers, right? You have all kind of things, bark, right? Other forms of life live in the tree, right? So, this is life, avenues of life, the choices you have, what you feed, what you choose to see. Are you rooted in your truth? In your divine truth? In your divine nature? Regardless of ridicule, circumstances, opinion of others? Are you? Oh, okay. So, the trunk is all the things that contribute to your solidarity, right? And then here come the branches. The branches are all the ways that the roots and the trunk are reflected in life, right? Because one branch is totally different from this one. This one got leaves and this one got flowers, right? But they come from the same tree, right? So here are the branches, and they all have the same, categories of poor, rich, and everything in between. So there's poor in spirit. There's poor in physical form. There's poor in finances. There's poor in faith. There's poor because you were born in a geographically poor nation, right? There's poor due to poor ancestry, keeping the roots of your ancestors, right? So when people are poor in spirit, soul, energy, frequency, awareness, illumination, it is because of their branch being so far off of their roots that they're weak limbs that can easily be broken, right? However, I am not a branch. I'm not a root, and I'm not a stem. I feed the tree of life. I am earth. Yeah. In every form. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I haven't always had balance and equilibrium at the same time, but I know how to keep myself balanced and maintain my equilibrium. So here are branches. Branches in the government, right? What are the branches in the government? Republican, Democratic, Independent, right? And then the backhand that you don't see, that is the reality of government. The government is the cartel. The government is branches of illicit, corrupt, human manipulation. Okay, so wow, there's so much I want to share with you guys. It is outrageous and overwhelming, but I'm on a rant today. The moon is in a great aspect of my life, and I will not deny my clairvoyancy. I'm willing to die for my God. I have and I will, but I'm not Jesus. So if you come for me, be ready, because I'm going to enjoy the battle. And it is a war. And warriors, we make a way. So please surrender. Your plight is not my problem. I'm trying to assist you. So we got working classes, which create economical classes, which are also what? Branches, right? Poor, rich, blue collar, white collar, medium in between, right? You have the religious branches. So you have the segregation of divination by the sense of superiority and doctrine of, here are all the labels of religion: Islam, Hebrew, Christian. Why? For what? See what I'm saying? Deviations from the truth, for manipulation, that create weakness and false illusion of beauty and things that are not. So I'm rich in the soul, abundant in my spirit. This flesh, yeah, will not be broken. Scarred, because I'm human. But you bleed like I bleed. Remember that. And whether you believe it or not, the God that created me and keeps me and I serve is also your creator. Whether you like it or not. I'm going to get off of here. I've been on here very long, and I am on my job. And the reason why I can do this, because it's a restaurant. We're not even open to the general public yet. But I am going to go be professional, because I have expressed my purpose and given myself a good dosage of therapy through releasing the reality of the ugly truth.